The film opens by introducing Savannah, a hardworking publicist who receives a phone call from her best friend, Teddy, who works on a luxury cruise ship. Savannah sounds excited as she tells Teddy that she might be getting a promotion since her boss has invited her to a meeting at a restaurant. Moments later, her boss arrives and Savannah quickly ends the call. Unfortunately, instead of a promotion, Savannah is fired on the spot. Seeing how devastated she is, Teddy suggests that Savannah join KissCon, a huge fan event happening on the cruise ship where Teddy works. At first, Savannah refuses, but once Teddy explains that the crew can enjoy all the ship's facilities for free during the event, and that Teddy will be there with her, Savannah finally agrees.
We have a KissCon event on the ship in a couple of days.
I need someone.
What's a kiss
Who's
con?
got to travel with their favorite rom-com stars. It's a free week on a cruise.
Okay, I'll come.
Not long after, Savannah arrives at the airport and accidentally crosses paths with an actor named Trip. Trip immediately assumes Savannah is trying to take a photo with him, when in reality she just wants to ask whether he is waiting for a taxi. Feeling bothered, Trip quickly avoids her. However, fans soon surround him, leaving Trip with no choice but to jump into the taxi in front of him. When Savannah later runs into Trip again on the cruise ship, she instantly recognizes him as the arrogant man from the airport. Trip also recognizes her and assumes she is an obsessive fan who followed him onto the cruise just to get closer. Savannah becomes irritated by his attitude, but Trip simply walks away. And this is where everything starts. This is Love on the Danube. Kissing stars.
Kissing Stars, part of the Love on the Danube movie collection.
Soon after, Savannah reunites with Teddy, who introduces her to Liam, the producer of KissCon. Liam explains how the event works and reveals that Trip will be Savannah's celebrity client during the convention. He explains that Trip is a rising star, and KissCon is his very first major fan event. Liam wants Savannah to guide him carefully since Trip is still overwhelmed by the sudden attention and fame that come with being a new actor. Savannah confidently agrees, thinking the job will be easy. What she does not expect is that the actor Liam is talking about turns out to be the same arrogant man who has already annoyed her more than once. At the press conference, Liam interviews Trip's co-star, Isla, who is also attending KissCon. Isla praises Trip as a talented actor and talks about their strong chemistry while filming together. Shortly after, Trip arrives, and Savannah immediately notices how uncomfortable he looks despite his popularity. During Liam's interview, Trip appears awkward and uneasy being in the spotlight. He openly shows how uncomfortable he is when fans approach him, even though fan support is an essential part of life as a public figure. Liam then introduces Trip to Savannah, and Trip instantly recognizes her as the woman from the airport and the cruise ship. Liam explains that Savannah will be acting as Trip's publicist, but Trip bluntly says that he does not need anyone guiding him, since he plans to leave the event as soon as possible. Savannah feels both angry and disappointed, especially when Trip walks away without another word.
Liam, all due respect, I'm sure Savannah is great at what she does, but I don't need a handler.
Publicist.
Okay, see it as a badge of honor.
Even when Liam later introduces the other actors attending the event, Trip does not bother to show up. Instead, he chooses to leave the venue and buy food from a small roadside stall. Seeing that, Savannah quickly goes after Trip and reminds him how important fan events are for a public figure like him. Trip pushes back, saying that his job is simply to act in front of the camera, and that he does not need personal connections with fans. In his mind, fans only disrupt his private life, especially when some of them take photos without his permission. Savannah politely asks the fans to stop taking pictures without consent, while Trip decides to walk away and plans to return to New York that very day. Later at the bar, a male fan approaches Trip to ask for a photo, but Trip immediately brushes him off. Seeing this, Savannah warns Trip that he needs to treat fans with respect, because whether he likes it or not, fans are now part of his life as a public figure. Trip insists that he never wanted this attention and never asked fans to follow him around. Drawing from her experience working with politicians, Savannah compares fans to votes in an election. Each fan contributes support through their voices, their money, and their social media presence. They can build his popularity just as fast as they can destroy his reputation, all depending on how he treats them. Instead of reflecting on that, Trip says that he can always go back to his old job if his acting career ever ends. Savannah then promises that she will help him and gives him 1 week to prove her skills as a professional publicist.
They can make you, but if you are rude to them, they can break you. You really want to go back to that?
Looks like you got me all figured out, Savannah.
Give me a week. Let me help you.
The next morning, while having breakfast with Teddy, Savannah looks up information about Tripp online and learns that he comes from a small town in Montana. Shortly after, Tripp suddenly shows up and says he has decided to accept Savannah's offer to help him during the event. As they talk about their jobs, Savannah begins to understand that Tripp is not arrogant at all. He genuinely feels undeserving of all the attention and praise he receives from fans. To him, acting is just a normal job, nothing special. He even says that his sister, who is a teacher, and his best friend, who is a soldier, deserve far more appreciation for their dedication and hard work. Hearing this, Savannah is quietly impressed, but she encourages Tripp by telling him that he is also doing something meaningful, since actors bring joy and entertainment to people through their work. Tripp and Savannah later join a hiking activity, where a blogger named Georgia interviews Tripp along the way. At first, the interview goes smoothly and Tripp seems relaxed, even joking around with Georgia. However, when the topic shifts to his past negative encounters with fans, Tripp struggles to respond. Fortunately, Savannah steps in and explains that Tripp genuinely cares about his fans and truly appreciates their support. Afterward, Tripp thanks Savannah for helping him, but she brushes it off and says she is simply doing her job as his publicist. As they head to lunch, Savannah asks how Tripp first became interested in acting. Tripp shares that he originally worked on his family's ranch in Montana, until a young woman arrived in his hometown and opened an acting school. Tripp enrolled at first just to get closer to her. Over time, he unexpectedly fell in love with acting itself and decided to pursue it seriously while the woman eventually married his best friend. Tripp then becomes curious about Savannah's background and learns that she is the daughter of a former mayor. In the past, Savannah worked alongside her father as part of his campaign team when he ran for Congress. While her father was busy trying to win the support of voters, he failed to notice that Savannah herself was struggling to win his attention and affection, which had been missing for a long time. Tripp feels sympathy after hearing her story, but Savannah brushes it off, saying it is all in the past and no longer something she dwells on. Sometime later, Tripp and Savannah attend a party on the cruise ship, where Tripp starts to look more comfortable as fans approach him for photos. Liam also praises both of them, especially after Georgia publishes a positive article about Tripp on her blog, marking real progress. While Tripp spends time with Isla and their fans, Teddy notices Savannah quietly watching him. As her best friend, Teddy immediately senses that Savannah is developing feelings for Tripp. Savannah quickly denies it and insists that Tripp is just her client. Knowing Teddy's reputation as a skilled matchmaker, Savannah makes it clear that she has no interest in being set up and simply wants to enjoy herself with her best friend. That night, Savannah decides to head back to her cabin early. Tripp initially wants to go with her, but Liam and Isla encourage him to stay and enjoy the party longer, so Savannah ends up leaving on her own. The next day, Savannah is deeply impressed while watching a film starring Tripp. His performance feels natural and powerful, especially during an emotional scene where he cries. She learns that he draws on the saddest moment of his life to create that emotion, which is the loss of his grandfather. Tripp also shares how close he was to his grandfather, along with the fact that his parents opposed his decision to become an actor. In that moment, Savannah realizes that Tripp works hard in his career to support his family financially. Later that day, they continue with another interview led by Liam, who focuses heavily on Tripp's relationship with Isla. Tripp explains that Isla is a fun friend and that their connection is strictly professional since they are co-stars in the same film. However, Liam keeps pressing him with questions about romance rumors, leaving Tripp visibly overwhelmed. Noticing how uncomfortable Tripp becomes with questions about his private life, Savannah steps in and helps answer diplomatically, preventing unnecessary speculation and tension. After the interview, Savannah asks Tripp directly about his relationship with Isla, since it is important for her to know if there is anything more involved. Tripp firmly states that they are only colleagues, and that their closeness in public is carefully presented to build chemistry and promote their film. Tripp then turns the question back to Savannah and asks about her love life. Savannah reveals that she has only ever fallen in love once and rarely dates, largely because her father tends to interfere. She is expected to protect her father's reputation, which means choosing partners who would not embarrass him in the public eye. She once dated someone who did not meet her father's standards just to provoke him, but eventually chose to end the relationship. During the autograph session, a fan named Sarah tells Tripp that she comes from the same hometown as him. Tripp is genuinely happy to hear this, especially when Sarah praises his acting and explains how his work inspired her to move forward and rebuild her life after losing her husband. Sarah then suggests that Tripp should visit his hometown more often, believing that his family would be proud of everything he has achieved. The suggestion leaves Tripp deep in thought since he realizes that ever since becoming an actor, he has never once returned home to see his family. Noticing that Tripp cannot stop thinking about Sarah's words, Savannah encourages him to consider going back home. Instead, Tripp turns the conversation towards Savannah's complicated relationship with her father. Savannah explains that things have improved since her father retired, and they now have dinner together once a month to rebuild their connection. Even though their relationship remains complicated and her father still tends to control many aspects of her life, Savannah admits that he has taught her many important lessons. Sometime later, the event continues with a stage performance where actors interact with fans. A fan named Betty joins actor Rex on stage and delivers an impressive performance with him. Shortly after, Tripp invites Savannah to join him on stage. What starts as playful and romantic gestures soon becomes unexpected when Tripp openly declares his feelings for her in front of everyone. Savannah is completely stunned, but the ship's captain quickly steps in to lighten the moment, leading the crowd to believe it is all part of the show.
Sorry, but could you help me find a customs agent? I need to declare my love for you.
Welcome aboard the Love Boat.
That evening, Tripp and Isla are paired together for the dance party, where Liam continues to question them about dating rumors. At the same time, Savannah arrives at the dance with Teddy, and Tripp is instantly captivated by how elegant Savannah looks in her evening dress. Teddy notices this immediately and suggests that Tripp may already be in love with her. Savannah dismisses the idea, reminding Teddy that Tripp is an actor and that relationships with public figures rarely last. While Tripp dances with Isla, Savannah approaches him alongside a female fan and asks Tripp to dance with her in exchange for deleting unauthorized photos. Tripp happily agrees while Savannah steps aside to get a drink. Later, Tripp asks Savannah to dance with him, and they share a moment that feels intimate and sincere, almost leading to a kiss.
I'm not getting this.
Yes, you are. Do you know the name of this song?
Just as the moment intensifies, Liam suddenly interrupts and instructs Tripp to dance with Isla for a promotional shoot. While Tripp dances with Isla, Liam pulls Savannah aside and criticizes her, claiming she crossed professional boundaries by being too close to her client. He reminds her that she is working and that Tripp is her responsibility, insisting that she should not be developing romantic feelings for him. The next day, while Tripp and Isla are filming promotional material for their movie, Tripp's focus drifts towards Savannah. He struggles to concentrate and even forgets his lines, clearly distracted by her presence. Frustrated, Liam decides to replace Tripp with another actor and tells him to take a short break to clear his head. Instead of feeling upset, Tripp is relieved and uses the opportunity to invite Savannah to explore the city with him. Savannah initially refuses, remembering Liam's warning, but Tripp keeps persuading her until she finally agrees. Tripp and Savannah spend the day enjoying each other's company as they walk through the city, dance together, and snack along the way. Tripp even sings cheerfully with some locals who mistake him for one of their own, especially since he is wearing the same style of shorts as they are, while Savannah captures the moment on video. When they cannot find a taxi back to the dock, Tripp suggests riding bicycles instead. As they pause to rest and take in the view, the mood turns romantic, and Tripp cannot resist kissing Savannah, a moment she does not pull away from. That romantic moment does not last long. When they return to the cruise ship, Liam is already waiting, furious that Tripp skipped the evening event. He is angry that Tripp disrupted the schedule and damaged the film's promotion by acting without considering the crew and other actors involved. On top of that, Liam directs his anger at Savannah, blaming her for failing to do her job as photos of their outing go viral online. Tripp's reputation takes a hit, especially because of the shorts he was wearing. Without hesitation, Liam fires Savannah on the spot. Tripp apologizes to Savannah for costing her job, and Savannah apologizes in return for everything spiraling out of control and putting Tripp in a difficult position. The following day, Savannah tries to fix the situation by sending a video of Tripp happily spending time with locals to his biggest fan, who then shares it on social media. Thanks to the strength of Tripp's fan base, his reputation recovers quickly. He even receives praise from locals for wearing their traditional clothing with pride. Realizing that all of this is the result of Savannah's effort, Tripp seeks her out and expresses his desire to take her to Montana and introduce her to his family as his girlfriend. Savannah agrees and they officially begin their relationship. However, during a question and answer session promoting the new film, Tripp faces a difficult question about his love life. Liam instructs him to lie about his relationship with Savannah in order to protect his rising popularity and public image. Hearing this, Savannah feels deeply hurt and disappointed. To her, Tripp begins to resemble her father, someone who prioritizes public approval and loyalty over her feelings. Unable to accept this, Savannah chooses to walk away, leaving Tripp behind with no way to stop her. The next day, Savannah chooses to spend the final day of the trip shopping with Teddy, who does her best to lift Savannah's spirits. Teddy encourages her to fight for her love, knowing that Savannah truly cares for Tripp, and that the feelings are mutual. Betty also shares her own advice, urging Savannah not to give up on someone she loves, warning that regret can last a lifetime. Taking all of this to heart, Savannah decides to make things right. At the very least, she wants to move forward without any regrets. That evening, Savannah finally stands up for herself when Liam tries to corner and criticize her in front of everyone. She openly acknowledges her mistakes and explains how she has worked hard to fix the situation so the event can continue smoothly. She makes it clear that she has done her job professionally and that Liam should stop belittling her. Liam is left speechless as Savannah calmly and confidently defends herself, while the ship's captain steps in to ease the tension by inviting everyone to dinner and offering a bottle of fine wine. Soon after, just as the premiere of the new film is about to begin, Tripp suddenly steps onto the stage to give a short speech about his positive experience with the fans. To everyone's surprise, he openly admits his feelings for Savannah in front of the crowd. He apologizes for hurting her and makes it clear that he wants a serious relationship with her, openly and without fear.
I hurt someone who I really care about because I was afraid of being misunderstood. She sees through me in the best possible way. Let's take a chance on love.
Deeply moved, Savannah joins him on stage, and the two share a heartfelt kiss, met with cheers and applause from everyone around them. The film closes with Tripp and Savannah preparing to leave the cruise ship together. In that moment, Liam congratulates Tripp on the success of his film, which has already led to multiple new acting offers. Liam also apologizes to Savannah for treating her unfairly, but she chooses not to dwell on it. Savannah shares her plan to open her own firm in Montana, while Tripp decides to reconcile with his family and settle down in Montana after marrying Savannah. So the moral of the story is losing a job, annoying a celebrity, and joining a cruise for free perks can still lead to love. So be nice to fans and never wear shorts during a promo.